So, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Alan and I am a professional trading coach. My goal basically is to show people the power of the markets and to help them understand how to trade, identify setups, and protect their risks by understanding the charts. So, I know that upon seeing this chart, you may be seeing all of these lines, which is extremely confusing. I get it. What do these lines mean? Well, in this case, each line represents an algorithm, so it's a different strength for either buying or selling. And you can see that each different line has a different degree of inclination. However, these parameters for buying or selling are often repeated by the market. The market is lazier than you think, and therefore you can see them and use them as predictors to sketch out your charts. So I know it's not exactly easy to read, but they work like a charm. So yesterday, in yesterday's update, I was talking about specifically two potential scenarios: one to the upside on the break of this orange, and one to the downside in case we were first going to break the green and then we would see some sort of tapering with the blue. So you can see here right around the 2 minute mark, I was talking about that specifically, and pretty much that's exactly what came to pass here. We came down, first breaking the green, then breaking the blue, and we came back down. So basically, we started to see some sort of protection of the range. You can see right around here with the white, and at the same time, we are starting to wedge between the white and the magenta. So for the next couple hours, that is most likely what we are going to do here in the chart. You can see we've even started chopping while the market decides what to do. At the same time, we also have some certain level of support here with the yellow algorithm. Though this is not the most bullish of signs, because if it were more bullish, you would expect there to be more buying with the green. But there does seem to be some sort of yellow here, limiting upside for buyers. So that might just signal bigger downside. So at this point, the bigger move, well, the trade is simple. At this point, you cannot catch this. You cannot chase. So if you didn't catch the short, don't try to chase here. If white breaks, specifically this white right here, we are going to get a bigger move down. But for the moment, wait for specifically this cup and then a handle to start building before we start moving down. At this point, I'm not sure the risk to rewards is worth it, especially because we could run either to the magenta or all the way to this white or even to the orange, which is not the best scenario. Okay. So for the moment, we are selling. That is the scenario that is in the cards. How did we get here? Well, you can see here beautifully we were buying in the green early session yesterday afternoon and then slowly tapered to the blue, and we're limited by this yellow right there, creating some sort of wedge pattern. We briefly came out of the orange to grab some sort of liquidity, and your very first entry was a microstructure exactly here. Why? Because you short the green candles, especially on a breakout, and especially once you know where that yellow algorithm was headed, right? So you short the green candles to get the best entry and the least amount of slippage. And then here, once you get the rejection, you get that head and shoulder pattern, if you can see it, which gave us the move to the downside. And at this moment, it's still playing out. We have the magenta precision to just help us nurture our trade. And basically, we can just leave our runners be until this magenta breaks, if you understand how to protect your risks. If you are a bit newer, I would just recommend waiting for the next setup to present itself, which is most likely going to be something involving the blue and the yellow. So keep a close eye on this. Or if this is going to the upside, we also built this beautiful shoulder for liquidity, and this could just easily bounce here, breaking magenta first, then white, and then orange. And this would just eventually go for the cup, build a handle, and move higher. But that's how this larger scenario would look like. So yeah, for the moment, I would just wait, keep a very close eye on the blue and the yellow. Those will be the algos that guide you here for more downside. And at the same time, we are also in a selling wedge right here between the magenta and the white. So I am a bit biased to the downside for the next couple of hours. However, I don't have, or I like to trade without bias. Anything can happen in the markets, and I just like to keep myself flexible at all times. So at this point, you also see the magenta here and the white controlling the range. So it is possible that we might have bottomed here and we just come here and grab this liquidity. So you also have to be very aware of that. One more piece of information, we do have 5-day MA right around this level. So this could be key resistance, and in conjunction with the orange, that might require strong efforts from the bulls to break out of range. So therefore, it might be just easier to take the price a bit lower and find more buyers, maybe around this range or maybe along the bottom of this particular orange algorithm. So yeah, I know that it's confusing to understand the market dynamics, but it's absolutely fascinating. And especially once you start seeing the algorithms in the charts, you can't unsee them. So I literally did not change any of the algos from yesterday's video. You can literally just see how the price fits and reacts to the algorithms, because these are the parameters that are in the market. And pretty much it's my job to find them and to help guide you towards successful trades. So I do have to mention as well that in case you want a bit more info, a bit more context, and even to trade side by side with me, I'm going to be sharing my trades and keeping you posted. You are more than welcome to join my Patreon. You can look for it through TradingView. But yeah, it's just completely optional. I'm also going to be just sharing general information with you through TradingView as well. And I hope that this video is fascinating enough, at least to pique your interest in regards to the strategy that I use. And I hope that you can see the power of the algorithms. But anyways, thanks so much for your interest and your time. Hope to see you again here. Take care.